Okay, all right. Let's just hop into it then. So we gotta start with the OG Young Marth.
Marth.
I feel like Marth. I feel like I want to give Marth a high rating, but if I'm being objective, I kind of can't, just because I don't know, man. I feel like you are more passionate about Marth than I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I feel like the thing about Marth is just he's very generic.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But he's so iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the first Fire Emblem Lord.
Yeah.
But like personality wise and like gameplay wise, like
it's just like he's
like
just
the most generic main character.
He's just there. Like he's cool. It's like, you know, okay, I mean, hey. Like obviously he's iconic as fuck, but
yeah,
man. I don't know, bro. Like I feel like I can't put him in D just because of his legacy, but I don't really think he even deserves B, because he's just like when you actually go and play the games, you're like, oh, this guy's just kind of there.
Yeah, unit wise he's not very great either. You know, he has no promotions.
He's honestly low-key pretty cheeks. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like top of C,
like low,
bro,
like top of C or like low B.
Yeah, I'll leave him top of C for now.
Yeah, we can always change it later.
Yeah, we can switch it up, but okay. So next we got Alm. Alm is interesting. So Alm is interesting because in the OG game, I feel like he's okay, but I think we're going with remake versions, because Marth in the remake is pretty bland too. Like they did a 1-to-1 remake of his original game. They just put it on DS and made the graphics look better.
Yeah.
Whereas with Echoes, it's like a whole ass game. Like that's a man's game right there.
Yeah, I mean, Echoes, they like juiced up the dialogue. They gave people like personality.
Absolutely. So I think I love Alm. Alm's on my fucking wallpaper, like on my laptop. You know, like I love Alm.
Yeah. I think Alm is goated for sure.
I think he's a cool character. Yeah.
I think he's definitely higher than Marth in terms of like personality and just
everything. I feel like
obviously
Alm
I haven't finished
what
Echoes yet, so
yeah, that's true too. But just based off what you've seen, right? Like, I feel like Alm is what modern day Marth should be. You know what I mean? Like he's still he's like agreeable. Like people like him. People like he's got the leadership, charisma, and all that. But he just has a little bit more personality with it. Like you can just see in his supports where he's like palling around with his friends. You know, he's like, oh man, you know that would be bad for me. Whereas Marth is like just pretty bland. Like Alm is cracking jokes and like pulling hose and shit. You know.
Like, yeah, I can see that.
Alm's kind of that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the full like.
Yeah, you don't have the full.
I'm mid game.
That's true too, because you haven't even gotten to my favorite part of the game.
Exactly, and it's like you know, in Fire Emblem games, it's like in the beginning you're like building up the characters, and at the end you see where like all that shit goes down, and you're like, oh yeah, this character's dope.
So I'll just rate this one. I'll put Alm in low A right now. High B, low A right now, because I love Alm.
I'm down for that.
All right, next is Seliph and Seliph, I guess. Seliph and Sigurd.
Hold up, where's Celica?
Oh yeah, Celica. You're right. Sorry, I'm tripping.
Yeah,
you're right.
I feel like Celica is probably a little lower than Alm for me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like she's cool, but like she's kind of like one of those like generic like female lords.
Exactly. I very much feel that way too. Like I definitely think she's not bad.
Not by any means.
Yeah, but she's definitely not like outside of her design, there's nothing that I'm like, oh man, like Celica's just top waifu. Like I just think she looks really good.
Yeah. She just has like a nice design. She's like, oh yeah, she's a cool character. Like,
exactly. And she's solid, you know, solid
unit.
Yeah.
I'll say B tier. I think B
tier.
I
think B. I think like a solid, like she's kind of like the standard for B, like lower end B.
Yeah. I think
lower end B right
just
now.
average Fire Emblem Lord.
Yeah. Facts. Okay, next we got Seliph, right? Yeah, Seliph. you're replaying through 4 right now.
Yeah, I'm replaying through 4 right now. I mean, my personal opinion is like Sigurd is a fucking G.
Sigurd's a goat, bro.
Yeah,
Sigurd's that
and
guy.
Self is cool, but like definitely not as good.
No. He's not as good as Sigurd for sure. Like Sigurd is the OG. That's pops right there. I feel like Sigurd's low key an A for me.
Yeah, I think he's like high A tier for me.
Yeah, like I just feel like you can't really talk about Sigurd that much without spoiling a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I feel like just his whole character arc and all the like tragedy and stuff he has to go through, and he still just is just a G through everything. Like he's definitely
like,
dope.
He's just a hardened like.
He's just that guy.
Yeah. He's an OG. That's all I can say.
That's all I can say about it without spoiling too much.
But yeah.
Okay. Seliph, I feel like is just a more watered down version of Sigurd, kind of like he's like very dutiful, you know, because they have the whole like our parents did this shit, we gotta finish it kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, Seliph feels closer to Marth for me in terms of like he's kind of like very generic. And,
I think so too. I think I put Seliph above Marth just because he gets more dialogue.
Yeah, I would put him above Marth, but I don't know if I would say like he's around Celica.
Yeah,
level,
I think so too. Like low B, B. Cause like he's cool. Just
he's cool, no doubt.
He's just like kind of Effie Lord. Like this is still the old era of just like Effie Lord just being kind of like just being cool, you know. Because if with without echoes is like
he like
that
C
shit's like C. Yeah, that's like CD, bro. He's gone.
Yeah. All the early Fire Emblem Lords, they were just very cookie cutter. They're like all the same. Like, I'm the main character. I'm gonna save the world type shit. You know?
They're sleeping. They're honestly just sleeping. Yeah. Okay. And then next we got Leaf. Leaf is hard for me because I feel like he's the same. I feel like I liked Leaf less than.
Leaf just reminds me of like a very generic anime protag main character.
Yeah.
That's what Leaf reminds me of.
Yeah.
It's like I've gone on a journey. Like
exactly. Like he's cool.
Whatever.
Like I think the plot of the game, like the plot of Thracia is cooler because it takes place like in the middle of 4. Because it's like basically like to people listening, like the Leaf is one of Seliph's companions in Fire Emblem 4, but he gets his own spin-off game, which is Fire Emblem 5. Right? Yeah, which is Fire Emblem 5. He gets his own spin-off game. And his spin-off game basically is one of the things, like one of the events that happens during the story of this game. So like he has his own shit to take care of. But
yeah, to me, when I first played 4, it was like, oh yeah, this is a cool character. And then I thought she was cool because like, oh yeah, I'm the main character now. But to me, he was like him as a character was like not anything crazy. Like it was more the plot of the game was cool for me. Within the game, there were like other characters I thought like, oh yeah, this person's way
cool. Oh my gosh, not even dude. 5 has some pretty cool characters.
Yeah. So I want to like put him next to Seliph, maybe even lower.
I think he's lower than Seliph, but yeah, like,
feels a bit generic.
Like super low B.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Roy, which dear
Roy's our boy.
Yeah. Pardon the quality of this shit, but this is what we got, guys. I don't know, man. Roy's crit animations are kind of okay, like they're decent. He was just basic too, bro. Low key.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
He's just basic as fuck. Like he was lame.
Roy is a shitty ass lord.
He's like one of the worst ones. He's so terrible.
I think he's worse than Marth.
Yeah, I think Roy's worse than Marth too, to be honest. Because like, as a character, he's literally just like super bland. He's like, I mean, yeah, like I don't even know if I would say more bland, but he's basically just as bland as Marth. But also as a unit, he's also just like he might be the worst lord in gameplay wise. Like who is worse than Roy in game? I don't know. I don't think there's anyone.
Roy is probably the worst lord. He's just dog water.
He's horrible. Like, he's so bad. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Roy, like, he looks cool.
I want to put.
I always liked his design as a kid, but he's a shitter, dude. Like, he's very boring. When I replay 6 in modern times, I'm like, this guy sucks. Like, why did I think he was so cool as a kid? Just because
he feels like a younger, brattier, more boring version of Marth. That's why.
Yes, that's literally what he is.
Yeah, the picture Roy has.
Yeah, he literally, that's what he is. And he is somehow worse than Marth as a unit. I mean, I don't know. Actually, they might be pretty equally bad, but
I think Roy is bad because he doesn't promote until like end game.
No.
And then by that time, everyone is just like,
everyone just leaves you in the dust.
Juicing.
And then the sword, like his sword, you get it so late in the game. Like Marth, you got Mercurius, you got like, but yeah, Roy's kind of just little boring ass, lame ass, loser ass looking at.
Yeah, it's just horrible.
Oh, what's her name again? Hector's daughter, Lilina.
Yeah,
Lilina was okay.
She was okay, but I don't think
I didn't really like her either. Yeah, I don't really like her either. Like,
maybe like above Roy, but
yeah, I was about to say she's still C. Like, her best feature is being Hector's daughter. You know, like that's yeah, man. I don't know.
Honestly, Fire Emblem 6 story-wise was not that great.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
All the characters are kind of generic. To be honest, but
Klopp. The only reason Marth and Roy are popular is because of Smash. That's it. Like,
yeah,
they're terrible characters in their respective games, both of them. Which is ironic. Like, they picked the 2 worst lords they could possibly get. They're like, like, I mean, Fire Emblem was young at the time too when Melee came out too, so I get it. But
yeah, I think for Melee, Marth was just like, oh, this is the OG Fire Emblem character,
so
and then they were trying to promote Roy's game. I think
because that was coming out at the time, so it makes sense. But they are some shitters. Don't get it twisted. Like, FE6 as a game is important because it started the whole GBA era, but
yeah, for sure.
Lords and plot, not great. There were some interesting characters, but for the most part, it was pretty whatever. Like, especially after you go back and retrospectively play it. I feel like, and it's sad too, because I feel like I actually liked some of the character designs, like in terms of the way they looked, but everyone's just kind of boring.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just cool to think about 6 in retrospect with 7 because they're connected, and you see the different characters. You're like, oh, this is this person's child, and you're like, oh, that's it.
Exactly.
These plots are related.
Yeah, you know, and that's what was cool. Like, my first playthrough of 6, I heavily enjoyed, and then I played it again, and I was like, this game kind of fucking sucks, doesn't it? It's like, wait a minute, something's not right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're just thinking about 6 as a standalone game,
oh no, get that shit out of here.
That's just not that great.
That's just trash. But next, we got FE7. We got Lyn, which is no secret that m00cavo and I are Lyn enjoyers. DSK just got banned yesterday in m00cavo's chat for putting Lyn in S-.
That's is facts.
It happened just yesterday, in fact. So, yeah, I mean, you already know what we're putting, but I actually think Lyn as a character is amazing. Like, she cares about her friends. Design wise, I mean, that's like one of the pinnacles of FE waifu design. Lyn is like, I mean, she might just still be the best. The last FE tier list we did, I think Lyn won the whole thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So the waifu tier list, Lyn takes that shit home probably 7 times out of 10, which is not easy to do. So
I mean, she's just the GOAT.
She's just the GOAT. Like, really, she's the
people just love Lyn.
Lindis is just crit animation wise. Hold on, let's look at this again. Yeah. Because the Soul Caddy crit is just, what are you doing? Look at this. Look at this. Just amazing. She's just sick.
Yeah. And to see that in like GBA games, oh my god.
It's like, what the hell is this? Like, she's just sick. Supports, really good supports.
Oh yeah.
Like,
the Florina supports are good.
Florina supports, like, she's very caring. I just don't know what else to say. She's the GOAT.
I think she falls off as a character later in the game.
Yeah.
That's only because it's focused on like Hector and Eliwood.
Exactly.
But the fact that they dedicated pretty much half the game to just her.
Yeah.
And then when you get her back, you're still using her. Like, oh, this is my girl. Like,
yeah, this is my girl. That's the one. Cause bro. Like, I remember being sad. Like, I was like, oh, Eliwood's the main character now. I was like,
yeah.
I guess. I mean, I guess, like, that's what we're getting. Because Lynn is just, I was like, just give me more of this. Like, I'll tell you, like, if Lynn ever gets her own spin-off game, that's probably the best-selling Fire Emblem game.
Hey, take my money, bro.
Take it.
Take it.
I'll pay whatever you fucking want. I'll give you everything for that game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to disagree. Lynn, S tier.
Lynn, S tier. Eliwood,
oh gosh.
He's Roy. I mean, he's Roy's dad. Eliwood is Roy's dad for people who don't know, and he's basically just Roy with cooler animations.
Yeah, story wise or character wise, I don't think he's that great.
Yeah,
the only thing he really had going was like the Ninian arc.
I was about to say Ninian. That was it.
Yeah,
I was right there. And that's
literally it. Yeah,
he's pretty bland.
Yeah, I would say like maybe above Roy.
Yeah, I was about to say he's above Roy. Like, you know, like father, like son. They're both just lame asses.
So bad.
And then boom. I mean, hey, in FE7, dude, look, they went 2 for 3 on Lords, which is, you know, that's pretty hard to do. I respect that. Two of the Lords are S tier. That's not easy.
No, sir.
Because Hector, actually, you know what? Take this away, bro. Because Hector, that's m00cavo's boy, bro. Hey, go talk to the people about Hector, bro.
Hey, bro, Hector, that's my G over there, okay? He don't give a fuck about what you're doing. Yo, his brother about to die. Nah, he don't give a fuck. He's gonna go on the adventure with Eliwood. He's carrying the axe. He about to smash her face and... Hey, bro. He's just a G.
That's it. He's like
you just play the game. He's a gangster. Like,
he literally is a gangster. Like, he's like, Hector is like Ike before Ike was a thing, you know? Like, very much like a lot of the Fire Emblem Lords are very much like nobility type characters where they have their own, you know, like they're very have good upbringings and like, you know, they have like the proper way they're supposed to do about things. They're supposed to talk a certain way, politics, all this shit. Hector is just kind of like, fuck all that shit, bro. I'm doing my own thing. Like, he's just like, he's like a very down to earth kind of character. And
the best part is like, he's like that and he still cares about all his buddies.
Yes, exactly. Like, he's very much is like the archetype of like someone who is in a position of power, but is like just acts like one of the boys. You know,
Hector's just a G. I mean,
he's a G.
You ask Zach. You know, even Zach likes Hector, and we know all about Zach's opinions. That's what I'm saying.
There you go. The DSK seal of approval. But yeah, Lynn, Hector, definitely S tier. Don't think there's too much argument on that one. And now we can move on to Fire Emblem 8, which is another great game.
Yes, sir.
But the Lords are interesting. Because Erica... Okay. So, a lot of this is nostalgia speaking too. Because I actually liked Erica a lot. But when I replay the games, I'm kind of like, okay, well, she is pretty... She has like some interesting supports where I feel like some of her character sort of comes out. But... it's not like... as prevalent like in the main story, you know what I mean? Like, I remember she has one I don't remember what Franz's older brother's name is, like the Cavalier, the red Cavalier with the ponytail.
I forget his name.
Yeah, but she has supports with him where she's like acting super flirty and stuff, and I was like, okay, like that's interesting. Yeah, like that's like, you know, I was like, oh, like that, like I remember being shocked. I was like, oh, this doesn't seem like her at all. And then she just has like other little supports, because Erica in FE8 Ford, thank you, Zach, Ford. FE8, like, dude, Erica is, it's like the opposite. Like, Erica's pulling, bro. Everyone's in love with Erica in that game. Yeah. Everyone wants a piece of the pie, bro. And she's just about that action, bro. Like, I don't know. I feel like animation wise, honestly, she's pretty bland too, to be honest. Like, this is her animation. She just kind of does a little, like, I kind of like the idea of her as like she's like a nimble sort of sword fighter, you know? But animation wise, it doesn't really like shine through as much. Like, she's like, it's honestly like a more watered down version of Ellie Wood in terms of animation. I was gonna say, in terms of animations, like as a character, Erica's actually pretty cool. Like, I definitely don't think she's C. She's not A though. Like, I think I don't think she's A tier. The like, only thing for me is throughout Sacred Stones, I felt like she was always in like the victim role, like, you know, damsel in distress type. Yeah, which was slightly generic for me, but she definitely had more personality than like Ellie Wood. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know, all those super generic lords. And I think the supports, like you said, the supports really bring out the others. I was about to say the supports are what carry the main storyline. It's just like if it was just the main story, like she'd be C. She'd be C. Yeah, she'd be C tier. But I feel like she has some actually very good supports. Where it's like, I agree. Because even like I was telling m00cavo like the other day, I've been on the Fire Emblem forums a lot more because I've been trying to like plug our shit, you know. And like I saw someone did like a whole case study on Erica as a character, and I was like, God damn, like this guy loves Erica. Like, so I'm like, you know, like some people are actually like really big fans of Erica. So and I think because of the supports, like that's what people are able to be like, okay, well, this is like she's at least has this, because in the main story, like she's kind of damsel in distressy. So I think I put her above Celica as a character, honestly. But definitely above Celica, I think. I like the supports really do bring it out. Like she has some very good supports. Ephraim's cool. Like, I fuck with Ephraim. He's like he's another one of my backgrounds. Like, he's like the first outside of Lynn, because actually when I was younger I didn't even like Hector that much. But he kind of grew on me as I got older. Like, Lynn was like the first FE Lord I fell in love with, but the first like male FE Lord that I was like, oh, this guy's sick, was like Ephraim, because I just thought he's cool. And he was like the first Lord to use a lance, I'm pretty sure, like as his main weapon, which I thought was cool. Like infantry lance. I was like, oh, this guy's fucking tight. So that's true. Who's the first? Yeah, that's actually the first Lord of the Lands. Right? Yeah, to like as his main weapon. Yeah. So I was like, oh, this guy's tight, because you don't get to use any infantry lance units in the Game Boy games, or in any games really, until like this game. Because all the people who use lances that you get are cavaliers or generals. Or whatever. Like. Yeah, that's true. So I thought Ephraim was always really unique and cool. Support wise, like he has some pretty good ones too. Like, I like his rivalry with Inns. Like, he's always really interesting. I'm trying to remember some of the other supports. I don't remember them as well, but I just remember liking some of them. Like, he takes care of Mir. But I think as a character, Ephraim seems like just the cool older brother archetype. And I definitely remember growing up and playing the game, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's a badass. Like, facts. I want to be like this. I want to be cool. Exactly. And this guy is sick. And his design is really good too. I think his design is great. I love his design. I don't know if he's an A though. I don't think. That's what I was gonna say. I think he's like here maybe. Because I don't think his dialogue is that outstanding. Nah, definitely not. It's kind of just like, he's a cool dude, you know? Yeah. His supports kind of reinforce that idea. He's definitely caring about all his boys. Yeah. So I would say like B, like high B tier. Yeah, like I don't think there's anything
that stands out, especially that's like, oh yeah, this guy definitely needs to be A tier.
Facts. Because I think what the thing about 8 is, like, in terms of plot, it's one of the best plots, like, in FE, but that isn't necessarily because of the characters themselves as much as it is, like, the relationship between the characters, like, I guess. Like, and Lion is kind of the one that carries that whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like,
That's
this
true.
is, like, super sick because of Ephraim and Erica, like, you know what I mean? It's like them in relation to Lion is what makes it like, oh, this is crazy. Yeah. Especially when you play both routes of it, you get two different perspectives, which is like so well done. But in terms of
you get the full
them
story.
as, yeah, exactly, with them as actual characters, it's like they're good, but it's not like anything crazy. Okay, so FE9 is next. We got Ike. There's two versions of Ike for 9 and Path and Radiant Dawn, so we'll just put them together, I guess. He's basically the same, to be honest. He's just like more mature in Radiant Dawn.
Yeah, I mean, Ike is just like the new gen Hector for me.
Yeah, I mean, Ike is literally like, Ike is probably my favorite Fire Emblem Lord. Like, no joke. Like, Ike is probably my favorite Fire Emblem Lord. I had to think about that, but I love.
Yeah, I mean, this is your tier list.
Yeah,
I'm just here to provide some insight.
Yeah. Facts. But I genuinely think because like, dude, when I played Path of Radiance and then I played Radiant Dawn, I was just like, that's the whole reason I want to do the video essay. You know, it's like the game blows me away, dude. Especially Ike as a character. I'm like, man, he's just like so humble, down to earth. He knows how to get shit done. Like he's like, no joke, he actually serves as like a very good role model in some scenarios where it's like he's very capable. He knows when to defer to, like, you know what I mean, like he doesn't have an ego. He knows when to defer to his peeps, his homies, like ask for advice. He also knows when to take charge, whoop some ass. He has the whole thing with the Black Knight.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Ike as a character is just so good. Like, I just think
I think Ike is just very, I don't want to say relatable, but it's like, he feels very human.
Yes.
As a character, you're like, I see why he does that. I understand his decision, like his thought process. It's not just like a character, right? It's like, oh, this character has this archetype where it's like, I'm the type of character who's like very dutiful and I'll obey my orders, whatever.
Exactly.
But Ike is just like, he feels a lot more human.
He just feels like he uses his brain. Like he just does what he wants, which is cool. Like I fuck with that, you know? Like he literally is just like, yeah, okay, like this is the mercenary company my dad ran. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like, because even I was like, I'm playing through Radiant Dawn on stream right now. So, but this isn't a huge spoiler, but after the events of 9, like, you know, most people, he's like super high official in the army after Path of Radiance. He's like, he saved Crimea. Like he literally did all this crazy. He could have been like top ranked. He could have done all this. He's like, I'm just going to go back and run the mercenaries. Like he leaves the army. He leaves his nobility. He leaves all his titles behind. And he just goes and roams around the country and like helps people and just does his mercenary shit. Crimea is Crimea is a place in the real world. I forget about that sometimes. I forget about that. But yeah. He's just my guy, man. Like I just love Ike. Like he's just the Lord that has spoken to me the most since. Like to this day, there's still not a FE Lord that I like as much as I do Ike.
Yeah, Ike is goated.
Ike is goated.
I mean, I don't know if he's above my baby girl.
That's a different discussion for it, because you know Lynn gets the waifu bonus, right? But in terms of just lordshipness,
okay.
Because
that's fair.
The other advantage Ike has over is that his games are newer, and I feel like the writing and world building, especially in the Tellius games, are just like the best in Fire Emblem. Like world building especially is like, I think in 9 and 10 it's like, because they connect, you know what I mean? Like, whereas like Lynn gets the half of 7 to, you know, it's like not fair. Because even in Engage, if she's cool in Engage, then like, yeah, bro, give it to me. But Ike's also going to be in Engage, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because if if they if/when they remake 7, then you know we can revisit this. But,
yeah. But no, I agree. I think the world building is an important aspect, and and the GBA games, I think 6 and 7 are not that good. 8 does like a really good job. But 9 and 10, they take it away for sure. Yeah,
I think so. World building, like 9, 10, and 4 are like some of the best.
Oh yeah,
4. That game, the world building in that game goes fucking crazy.
It's insane.
Such a good game. But okay, we're moving on. What's after that? Chrom and Lucina.
Lucina and Robin.
Oh yes, and Robin. Is Robin here? Yes, Robin's here. Chrom is an interesting one because I feel like Chrom's kind of like Walmart Ike. He's like Walmart Hector, honestly.
So I know a lot of people like Chrom, but I know there's a lot of Fire Emblem fans who got into the franchise because of
Awakening.
Right?
Exactly.
Awakening popped the fuck off.
Oh yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, I love Chrom."
It's the game that saved the franchise, man.
Yeah, exactly. That should save Fire Emblem.
And don't get me wrong, like you will not hear me saying I don't fuck Chrom. I love Chrom.
Yeah.
I think Chrom has the modern FE advantage as well as having just like a shit ton of supports. Because Chrom, like, especially in the modern games, like outside of Robin, like I think he has the most supports. Because the Lords have like just a shit ton of supports. But I think Robin has support with like everyone. But Chrom has like a lot. He gets fleshed out like quite a bit through the supports.
To me, Chrom feels like a mix of Hector and Eliwood.
Yeah.
You know? He's kind of like, he still has the dutiful sense of like Eliwood and like, oh yeah.
But he cares about his freedom.
Yeah. But he's like Hector and he's like Hector / Ike.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a loose cannon. He's like,
exactly. That's a great way of putting it. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Yeah, like exactly. Like Walmart Hector, he's like got some because he like does still do his duties. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm okay with putting him here.
Yeah, I think high B tier. Is pretty good.
Like I think B.
High B or low A. I don't think he was.
I don't know. Yeah, honestly,
as a standalone
I could see
character, he wasn't amazing, but
like he was definitely has his moments, but I just because
if you compare him to other Lords, I just don't think.
I think he's high B if you compare him.
Amazing.
Yeah, because like the thing about Awakening is that it's such a good game that it's like hard to separate the character from like the game. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Because he's like the main guy because of all the like cool shit that happens in Awakening, and Chrom is obviously like the main, like one of the main characters. So, but yeah, I think high B is fine. Like I think high B is solid. Robin's an interesting one. I think Robin's pretty high. I don't know. Robin's but see, I'm trying to separate the game again because of like all the crazy plot twists and shit that happen. You know, it's like very interesting.
Yeah. Right? I personally, as a Lord, Robin was very boring to me.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, you know, the Avatar characters are weird too because I feel like they had to try and make them sort of bland / consistent across the board because they want that to be like the self-insert. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Robin is not necessarily like Robin is a character obviously, but I feel like people they were trying to make it so that you're like inserting yourself in there. Like it's like the same thing with Mark in 7, you know, but obviously Mark is not a character like that. Whereas like Robin is just modern day Mark, really is what it is.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think, I mean, as a unit, Robin is really cool. And, you know, they're like obviously very important to the story, but as a character,
like, they don't have any like crazy, like they're just sort of consistent. Like they just try to get along with everyone and like they just, but I don't know. I definitely don't think they're down here. Would you say they're down here? You think like top of this?
I would say that personally, but if you think you have like a better connection,
it's definitely not much higher. It's definitely not much higher than this. I just don't know if I'm comfortable putting Robin with Marth But it's because the Awakening is just so good. I just have a hard time like putting Robin.
And you could also put them at the bottom of B.
Yeah, I think bottom
like
of B. There. Like that just feels bad to me. Because there's just so much crazy shit that happens. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like. Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead.
It's hard. It's hard to, especially because I haven't played Awakening in a long time. Because I feel like if I went through all the supports of Robin, because just by sheer number of supports, I would probably be like, okay, Robin's pretty. Because I have some moments in my head where I'm like, oh, this was pretty funny. But I think you're right. Like as a character, generally, they're just like the tactician sort of aid to Chrom, and just Chrom's like best friend or lover if you go female Robin.
Yeah, I just remember when I was playing. Like, I thought they were a cool character, but
yeah. But yeah, I think you're right. Like if we're being objective about it, which we're trying to, like as a character, they don't really have a ton going on, you know?
Yeah. It's hard for me to say. I feel like I need to go and like replay this game.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. Honestly, I might actually be able to keep playing Awakening now that I have this laptop. I can probably stream Awakening. Ooh,
just let me know, sir.
Ooh, shit. I might do that. I might fucking do that.
Just let me know.
Yeah. But alright. And then next is Lucina. I mean, I don't know if she's any lower than B. Whoops. I love Lucina. Yeah. But that's the waifu privilege talking. Too.
That is definitely a waifu privilege. But also I also love Lucina. So.
I think she goes through a lot. Like actually as a character, she's actually cool. Very resilient. You know, like without spoiling shit. She goes through a lot. And she's just like, especially because she's a kid. Like she's very young.
She's got the strong female protagonist.
Yeah, I was about to say. She's got very strong female protag energy. Like, I feel, I think I'm okay putting her.
It's really well portrayed in that game. I feel like
absolutely. Like, I feel like A tier is very like design wise, she's an S for me. But
yeah,
as a character and everything, like I think she's a very like good A.
I think so too.
Like a strong A.
Yeah, I mean she has a good story.
Yeah.
And her plot is also. I mean, it's just. Yeah.
It's hard to speak on it without spoiling, but yeah, it is. But yeah, no, I definitely fuck with Lucina. Battle animation's basically the same as, actually not the same as Chrom. She's got her own little flair to her. I like her stance actually, like the way she kind of holds the sword and like it's like a little fencing stance kind of thing.
It's like a Marth Chrom mix.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, so she has cool animations. Strength wise, I don't think she's that strong necessarily, but it's Awakening, so you can make anyone strong if you really want to. Okay, so next we got Fates. Corrin, man. Corrin
they probably
is
have
something.
The best animations, but
yeah, best animations. Probably the worst like one of the worst characters. They're hella bland. Corrin is mad bland.
They're like about as bad as Roy.
Yeah, I agree. The writing, Corrin is just this whole game was destroyed by its writing.
Yeah,
that could have been one of the best Fire Emblem games if it had a competent story.
I'm gonna say bottom tier for me.
Yeah, definitely bottom.
Worst Lord.
Like, and it's just so because design. I think some people actually don't like Corrin's design. I love Corrin's design. Like female Corrin, I think looks sick. I think the
female Corrin design is amazing.
Yeah, like female Corrin, design, animations, amazing. As a character, Corrin is just boring. Like Corrin is super boring. That's really all it is. They're just kind of there.
I'm down to put female Corrin like next to Luna, and then male Corrin just like at the
bottom. Yeah. Yeah, there's just nothing going on. And honestly, Corrin is stupid as shit at sometimes. Like just dumb. Straight stupid.
Yeah.
Just like you're just dumb. Like what are you doing? So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Writing really shot the shit out of this game. Fates, man. It was
a tragedy.
Shot Fates in the foot, bro. And then next, oh wait, dude, Sanaki counts as a lord, really?
Does she? I guess she is in Path of Radiance, or
yeah,
not
Radiant Dawn. I forgot about Sanaki. I don't know. I'll get back to her, bro. Oh, Alencia. Fuck, I forgot Alencia too. How do we... Alencia. Alencia is pretty Celica level.
Yeah,
she just generic. Cares about her people. She's got a very good design.
I only thought she was cool because she was a Falcon Knight, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say, like...
and she had the special weapon.
Yeah, like, she's pretty basic. Maybe here? Or maybe here?
Yeah, I don't really care where she goes, to be
honest. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put her low B. She's cool. Yeah. The fact that she's smart enough to fuck with Ike gets her some points. She knows what's up. I like Sanaki more than her, to be honest, probably.
Me too.
I'll just put her like here. Okay, Ryoma. Ryoma is interesting. My weeb side likes Ryoma. It's Japanese design, samurai. Just cool. Animation wise, really cool. Like, Fates has some of the best animations in the series, for sure. But as a character, that's a tough part about Fates, man. Fates doesn't have very many good characters.
No. I'm not gonna lie to you. As a character, yeah, I thought Ryoma was trash.
He's pretty trash, bro. Like, I'm trying to jump through hoops to find a way to not call him trash, but like, I mean, that man's just trash. Like, he's pretty whack, unfortunately. Like, I don't know.
He's like the cool older brother, take care of his siblings. Archetype, but I don't know. As a character, I didn't really fuck with him that much. I was like, bro, just let me play the game. I don't care.
Yeah, like, he's just basic. Like, design, look at, like, this shit is cool. Like, he looks really fucking cool. Oh, it's just like doing like a super cuts. Okay, yeah, that's a crit animation. Like, that's cool. He does a little kick slash, like the sheath. His animations, he's sick. And then they don't even show the dual sword animations here, but he has dual sword animations. But he's pretty fucking whack. So,
as a character, I didn't like him that much. I think he's C tier.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit more personality than Marth.
I was about to say, I can't put him below Marth. I can't do it. I can't.
Marth is just...
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
The only thing holding up is his legacy.
Legacy is it. Not for Sakurai, that man's would be in the dumpster. in the goddamn trash bin. Xander, honestly, the same as Ryoma, just in Nor. They're the same fucking guy.
Same.
Honestly, I might even put him here because his animations aren't as cool as Ryoma's.
Hey,
actually, I'll fucking put him here. he's just there. Like, he's a very rigid character. Like, he's just kind of strict, but like, he cares about his family.
Yeah.
He's like awkward, kind of. He has some funny supports, but as a character himself, he's pretty whatever. Oh, Micaiah. Fuck, I forgot about Micaiah too.
Oh, Micaiah. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Micaiah is like a really sick design, but as a character, I was like
basic. Yeah, she's pretty much these two. She's like, they wrote these two very similarly.
I think she only gets the plus because, I mean, she's like the main person.
She's the main,
like one of the main people in Radiant Dawn.
Yeah, yeah, she's definitely one of the main characters. She's cool. Like, I definitely don't think she's below B.
No. I think anywhere in there is fine.
Yeah, I think like this is fine for me. Yeah, I think this is okay. Because Micaiah's... Honestly, I feel like I like Micaiah more than Celica, though.
Interesting.
I don't know how I feel about this. Because Celica's just... I don't know, man. They be writing these effy females very similarly sometimes. Yeah. When we really break it down, we're actually like, wait a minute. These guys are just... They're just like compassionate. I I don't know. I feel like that's usually their calling card. Like that's their most defining character trait is just like being compassionate. They like care about the people around them. They're nice.
Yeah. I think those like Celica to m00cavo we're having, those 4 might be a toss up.
Yeah, I was about to say they're all pretty interchangeable because they're pretty much the fucking same. Like Sanaki is actually the only one who's different. But that's because she's like young.
Yeah.
She's like a lot more headstrong. Like she's like more like Lucina, where Lucina is like very headstrong. Lynn the same way. Lynn's not like them necessarily. Like she has her own sort of goals and desires, and she'll like fucking whoop that ass to get it.
Yeah.
You know.
Like that shit.
Yeah, I think they're all pretty interchangeable. And then
you can switch them out however you want.
New mystery of the Emblem MC. Fucking dude, come on. These guys are not even.
I don't even think they have dialogue, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say they're just worse Corins, which is like impossible.
Yeah,
how did you do that? How did you do that?
At the bottom.
Yeah, but okay. And then Fire Emblem Heroes. I don't fucking remember Heroes, so don't count.
I skipped all the dialogue in Heroes.
Yeah, I was about to say,
give me the waifus, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember that shit. So, and then next, okay, last game we got 3 Houses.
3 Houses. Let's start off with Byleth. Byleth was really sad.
Byleth is a weird one, man, because that's like Fire Emblem's kind of first tackle at the silent protag thing. Like Byleth is basically like Link, you know, like just doesn't say too much, just kind of has their own objectives and shit. It's just, I don't know, man. Byleth's pretty whack. Like,
yeah,
I think I don't know. Byleth design wise is cool. Like female Byleth is sick. Honestly, male Byleth is pretty alright too. Like,
yeah, I think their design is really good. Like, I really like the design of Byleth. But I mean, you don't have dialogue.
There's no that's what I'm like. There's just no like. It's just the silent protag route where it's like, oh, like Byleth supports are like, you know, if Byleth has a support with Edelgard, it's pretty much Edelgard talking and then Byleth just like nodding their head, and then Edelgard's like, "Oh, you really think so?" And it's like, the fuck, you know, like based off of the sense you get for Byleth's character, they seem alright, but there's just like they just don't talk.
The only emotion that I really remember is the arc with their dad.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's like the only emotional part, I think.
And that was pretty emotional.
Yeah, that was. But other than that, throughout the rest of the game, like, there's nothing.
Yeah. There's not a lot going on.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to say C tier. I don't know. We're in C tier. I don't know if it's like above the FE6 characters or if it's like below. I don't know.
Definitely would put Byleth above. I
design wise, they're pretty
sick. Xander, bro, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, like I'll put Byleth just over here because I feel like Byleth has their moments for sure, but yeah, it's hard with no dialogue. Now Claude is
my boy.
The fucking that's the man. That's the best lord in this game probably. If we're taking away waifu privilege. Claude is the best.
Oh yeah,
Lord
100%.
Claude is the best Lord in this game, and he's sick. Claude is a very good character. He's crafty, clever. He's got like a mischievous sort of spirit. Like he's like he's very much just a likable dude.
And that's just like all surface level stuff too. Like, and then when you get into it,
yeah, like see what the shit. Claude, he's got a lot going on. I didn't get I technically didn't get the full plot because I didn't play the fucking whatever that game is. What's the
Warriors?
Yeah. I didn't even get the full perspective, but based off of 3 Houses, like I'm okay with putting Claude in A tier.
Yeah. I think A tier.
I think he's an A. He's just solid. Like even his supports is like he's just cool. Like he's like if I played this game as a kid, I would totally be like, yeah, I want to be like Claude. Like this guy's just cool. He's just got swag. Like he's confident. He's like tricky.
Yeah. Oh,
you kind of never really know.
So much swag.
Yeah, he's swag. Like he's like very confident character. Like he just like you never kind of know what he's up to. You always feel like he's scheming something.
Yeah.
And he's just fucking cool. Like Claude's just that guy. Dimitri, cock.
Dog shit.
Cock.
Dog shit.
Terrible.
Like, yeah.
Terrible.
It's horrible.
Terrible character. This guy sucks. He's the worst.
Like sad boy, generic, like, yeah.
He's the worst. As a unit, he's busted. He's probably the strongest of all three of them.
Oh,
as
for
a
sure.
unit.
For sure.
But
as a character, dog water.
Yeah. Like just terrible. Dimitri, cock. Yeah. I mean that's the first word that came to mind. He's just terrible. Like,
yeah.
The thing is too, I was trying to think, like, I was like, oh, maybe, you know, pre time skip, like, but even then he's just generic. Like he's just, and then post time skip, he's the worst thing ever.
He gets worse. Yeah.
He is the worst. Oh my gosh. You can't even interact with him for the whole game.
Yeah. He's so bad.
He's just the worst.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
That's
like,
it. That's it.
Doesn't talk to anyone. That can't do any supports. Just terrible. Just terrible. Really. Just all around awful character.
I don't even think we need to say anymore.
Yeah, he's just bad. Worst route. Edelgard.
Edelgard has the waifu privilege.
Edelgard does indeed have the waifu privilege. I honestly think she's pretty cool too, because she went through some shit as a child.
Yeah,
she was going through it, bro.
If you look at the supports, like I think you have to dig really deep for the supports too. These are like, you have to play like all the routes or some shit, and then like get some crazy dialogue. But I think Edelgard is. I don't know if she's as good as Lucina.
Yeah, I'm okay with bottom of A or like high B.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I feel like I fuck with her more than I fuck with Krom. Because I feel like there's just more character depth and.
Me too.
I always have a soft spot for I always have a soft spot for characters who like go through some shit and are still like, okay, you know, like we're still out here, you know.
I agree.
Like same with like that's what gets Lucina up here for me. Like she's just going through some shit, but they're just still like, okay, I gotta still whoop some ass, you know. Like what else am I gonna do? Like don't be like this guy who just is just he goes through some shit and he just folds. He's just a folder. he just folded. This guy he's like, yeah, all right, fuck it, man. Because she honestly might have had it worse than him, for real.
Yeah.
She honestly she hella did. Like without spoiling too much, like some childhood traumas.
That was fucked up, bro.
Some fucked up shit. This guy, like, what even happened to him? Like, his family or like some of his people died or something. Which is like, yeah, sad, but.
And then he figured out the truth, and then he was like.
Then he figured out that he's getting tricked the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think something's a little suspicious? I'm just over here sitting like, damn, this man is just dumb as shit. just
fuck that
straight
guy.
Dumb. I guess that's why Felix always calls him the fucking bore. He's just a dumbass.
Yeah. I think in the main storyline, like without any of the supports, Edelgard is like, she's like whatever. I mean, she's cool.
Supports though, carry that shit.
But the supports, oh my gosh, that's where you get into it.
Like Three Houses might have, in terms of quality of supports, that Three Houses is definitely up there. Like they have very, very, very good supports with like character growth, all this kind of shit. Like characters got some real shit going on, and you know, like just it teaches you a good lesson, man. Talk to your homies sometimes. You might be able to fix your shit, man, or at least have somebody to lend an ear. You know, talk to your fucking boys, man.
Yeah, I think with Three Houses, they did a really good job of like, this is the main storyline, and there's like a lot more behind it. But if you want to figure it out, then you gotta like dig.
Yeah, you gotta actually do the supports.
Talk to these people.
Because they also have that dialogue outside of the supports where you're like running around talking to people too with Byleth. But like I don't know. I feel like the self-insert characters like don't even count really. Like they shouldn't even be rated as characters because they're supposed to just be the insert character. It's like that you put yourself in their shoes or whatever. But yeah, because like as a self insert, like Violet is not bad. She's just like as a character, there's just not much there because
agreed
how we explained it. But yeah, this is the tier list, man. Got Ike for me. Ike at the top. Lynn, Hector, Triple S. Those are just the squad, the gang.
That's the Triple S tier.
I'm actually shocked that my lack of S tier is like, it makes me see how much Fire Emblem is not always like carried by the main characters. Like there's a lot of characters that are you just like more than the main characters. You know?
I feel like the thing about this S tier right now is they stand out a lot more than everyone else.
Absolutely.
I think everyone else is similar in some aspect. A has like some qualities that make them a little bit better. But if you look at the vast majority of them, like you look at B and C tier,
they're very
like
similar.
Those guys, they're all the same.
They're very, very, very similar.
They're all
characters.
the same.
Yeah. It's extreme. Like C tier is just shit, but different types of shit.
Yeah,
it's just like some you just got regular, some you just got some diarrhea over here. It's just like just different kinds of shit, really, in C tier. And then B is like just lesser. A, like you got like the people who have some of the qualities of A tier, but they don't stand out as much. Like they're all just kind of like, okay, they're cool, but nothing really makes me be like, ooh, you're kind of sick, you know?
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, but I think that was good. I think we did some good work here.
A good analysis session.
Yeah, a little
1 hour to rate the.
Damn, that was an hour. Yeah,
good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's pretty long. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. That was tight. Good shit. All right, yeah, good shit, bro. Thanks for hopping on as always, my friend.
Of course.
I'll if you want to run some echoes off stream, hit me up. Otherwise, yeah, you can just grind that shit. You can just grind that shit. If you wanna just throw some shit on and not talk, that's okay.
Yeah, I shall let you know.
Yeah, let me know. But yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. Peace.
Yeah, have a good rest of your stream.
Thanks.
I'll be in chat maybe.
Hell yeah, appreciate you.
Be lurking. All right. Yeah, see you later.
Yeah, see you, buddy.
Peace.
All right, there you go. There you have it. God bless them, man.